Greet, my name is Decadus, and welcome to my humble video. I apologize, the video quality isn't going to be great, and I don't have this incredibly structured. It's not something I'm used to doing, but I wanted to get this info out here. A general gameplay guide for people who want to complete the Speed Demon achievement in Resident Evil Requiem. This isn't going to go over specific speedrunning or anything like that, but it should cover a general gameplay mindset that should help you shave off significant amounts of time from your playthrough. So the first thing that you want to look for while or think about as you go through your playthrough is, what are your objectives? What are you trying to get to? Where are you trying to go? Obviously right now we need to open this door so we can get all the way to where we know the quartz is, which I should probably mention, this is assuming you have already played through the game at least once, but also assuming that you're not using any of the extra content unlockables. So, the most important thing we need to keep in mind at first is to keep moving towards an objective. So I'm just gonna move towards an objective. And he didn't see me. Sometimes he sees me and you have to juke him or whatever, but sometimes you can get hit. Which it brings me to my second point. Resource management. This is a resource management game, and you should be using your resources for the purpose of getting to the objectives as soon as possible. Just however you think you can do that. Now, with the way we're going to be approaching a lot of the combat in this game, we're going to be getting through fights very quickly, because most of the time, killing enemies is not the objective. Therefore, we don't need to kill enemies. I'm going to explain just what I mean by that a little bit later. But for now, we're luring the enemies away so we can get by. Also, keep in mind, while you are in the inventory or the map screen, the time will be ticking, but while you are in the pause screen, it will not. So if you need to take your bearings, pause it like so, but if you need to go through your inventory, you can do that as well. Take the time to go through your inventory as you need, but not any longer than you think you might need. Notice here, I did not bring the Requiem with me. I do not plan on using it here. And that brings me to another point. If you're going to save resources for later, have a place in mind where that later is going to be. If not, go ahead and use the resources. They are there to be used. So, here, I want the knife and the bullets, and you noticed I passed over that gun. The gun in there has no bullets in it, and it's not any better in any way as the other gun. I am going to take this antique coin though. I'm going to do a little trick here, just to keep in mind, is hit the stairs and then come over here and hit this wheel. I know I said I wasn't going over any speedrunning tactics. This is after you get the first quartz. I won't go over any speedrunning tactics. So just sneak right by him, no gun required. And we will keep moving forward. I'm gonna grab this map, just in case you need it. Now, this room isn't super consistent, but it's gonna explain what I'm talking about how combat is going to be handled. I'm gonna grab this coin first. Now, sneak by this guy. Now I'm gonna run. And I was super close to them, and it was okay because they didn't see me. Sometimes it can be risky, but that's what I have the healing item for. Now I want to hit this. Getting through enemies towards an objective costs resources. It can be a bullet. It can be a healing item. Now, for here, killing him would have cost several bullets, but getting past him only cost the one. That's going to save me ammo in the long run, and it takes less time to shoot them once and run past than it does to shoot them several times until they are dead. And if I do this for every encounter that I don't have to kill an enemy for, it can save me a lot of time. Another thing that saves you a lot of time is if you memorize the puzzles. I only have the first few memorized because I've played this section more than any other section, but something to keep in mind. And I'm gonna showcase once more, right over here, how it can be faster and easier to just get past. One bullet. Cost me one bullet to get past this zombie. That's all it cost. Oh, I'll unlock the door.
I hate this place.
And that was so much faster than trying to kill it. Cost a lot less bullets than trying to kill it. And I'm like 6 minutes in and I have the quartz. First quartz is already done.
I need 2 more.
That's 6 minutes from the start of recording. Now, I wanted to showcase an example of how this can be used with Leon as well. Also against one of the more dangerous enemies in the game. And looks like I might be getting a little bit of frame drops, but that should... So I apologize, but I should still be able to demonstrate this decently. So, imagine I need to get to the gas station. That's the goal. One shot, run past, is a lot faster than trying to kill them. If you have to kill them, okay, that took a lot more than usual. Typically, you can do 2 shots to the legs and hit them with the axe, and that will save you a lot of ammo when you actually need to kill the blister heads. Otherwise, oh, he's climbing away from me. All right. Okay. So, if you need to get past him, you could dump ammo into his head, take him head on, for sure. But the most reliable method for most zombies to just sneak past them is to hit them in between where the shin and the thigh are. They really need it. If you know what I mean. And those should be all the general tips that I can think of. Well, nah, I missed one more thing that I'm going to go back and talk about right now. Alright, one thing I meant to talk about as grace, specifically as grace, that I forgot was inventory management, and that is getting a baseline for what inventory you'll need when you come back to the box and restock. Obviously, things that you need, both for stocking at the box and picking up on your way out along your paths, is usually 1 or 2 healing items. I usually go with just 1. Your gun with a full magazine. Extra ammo, I usually put right back in the box. Key items, any key items that you need. And I would say enough antique coins for the inventory pouch and the blue juice. The blue juice that makes you shoot real good. That I forget the name of. And a knife if you pick one up along the way. There will be times where you might need the Requiem. I highly recommend your first Requiem shot going to the section where you have to defend Emily for the blister head. And I highly recommend the first injector to go towards the chef. But feel free, if you see a more important use for those, to switch it up. Empty bottles are also very valuable to get. I'm sure you can figure out very creative ways to use those to your advantage. Obviously, there are some tactics like luring the IV stand patients to attack other things, distract enemies away from you, or save them for later for the late game grace sections for crafting. But I wasn't going to do crafting in this run specifically because I have the extra blood module, extra 50 blood module from the store. But you can feel free to do that if you want to use the blood crafting. I highly recommend it during your playthrough. It's useful. And I think that about covers it. Only pick up what you need, only carry what you need, and only take fights and draw out fights for as long as you need to get to your objectives. And you should be able to get that speed demon in with roughly an hour to spare. Thank you for watching the video, and I hope this has helped you in some way. And I hope you have a wonderful day.